Very good. Now I hope that you've been able to experience all of that. The feeling of the energy between your hands, the intensification of that energy as you exhale. With the exhale, it increases. And the fact that this energy seems to be able to move your body without your mind being in charge of each and every movement. With me? Okay. So now we want to take a cleansing breath together and once again. And one more time. And relax. And now since we've moved energy into the hands, through the arms into the hands, we don't want to just leave that energy there stagnant. So go ahead and let's brush down as if you were wiping water off of your arm and throwing it to the ground, wiping something off of your arm and throwing it to the ground. You can do that with contact, or you can do it energetically. See, I'm not even touching my arm, but I can feel the movement of my hand across my arm. And the idea that I have in mind is just purging my arms of any excess chi, any chi that's not going to be utilized for the benefit of the body or for some particular action. Okay. Now let's talk about what you just experienced. Think back for a moment to what you just experienced, and let me point out a couple of things. One, notice that your breathing regulated. Notice that your mind became focused right there between the hands and the experience that you were having. Notice that you also became relaxed while you were doing it. Now, I didn't say this, but presumably you were standing or sitting in a good posture, like this here, You were sitting in a nice, correct. So, 3 keys to all Qigong practice. 1, focus the mind. 2, regulate your breathing. And 3, perfect body movement or posture, okay? When we bring those 3 elements together, we call that in the Chinese language, Qigong. We could say bioelectrical magnetic energy manipulation, but that's like kind of long, so we'll just go with Qi or Ashe, okay? We're moving the Qi, we're moving the Ashe, we're potentiating the Qi, we're becoming aware of it, we're feeling it, becoming aware of the fact that this energy is in us, it's around us, it's present all the time. The difference between what we just experienced and what's going on all the time is that we paid attention. We put our attention where we expected the energy to arise, and we were able to experience that energy, to actually feel it as a substantive thing. The mental focus, okay, what happened mentally, as well as in other dimensions of your body. We have different vibratory or frequency levels of mind activity. There's beta, conscious. I'm dealing with you now, right now, in a beta vibration. Alpha is where you were while you were paying attention to only the energy between your hands. You were focusing in on that which could not be seen. Then we go to theta, which is deep meditation, and then we go to delta, which is the borderline between deep meditation and sleep. So delta, we're talking about 4 to 0 cycles per second in terms of the frequency of brain activity. Theta, we're talking about 8 to 4 cycles per second in terms of brain activity. Alpha, we're talking about 12 to 8 cycles per second in terms of brain activity. And then beta, our conscious, normal conscious state, we're talking about 26 to 12 cycles per second in terms of brainwave activity. So what we did just now, we regulated our breathing, we assumed a perfect posture or body movement, in this case posture. We regulated focused our mind, and we also caused our mind to shift from a beta level of activity to an alpha level of activity. Okay? This term Qi, you look it up in different sources, you're going to come up with ultimate power, internal energy, the interplay between yin and yang energies, intrinsic energy, air, breath, power, the energy of life, original, eternal, ultimate energy. All of those are tied to this word Qi. And hopefully what you gained from this exercise is, one, the awareness of Qi, and two, the fact that Qi can be controlled by the mind, and finally, that Qi manifests itself in and through the body. We live in an ocean of Qi. We live in an energy field. And there's that energy field that we tap into when we do certain kinds of activities, certain kinds of exercise. So we're tapping into that energy field all of the time. In the martial arts, we raise the level of involvement with that energy to the state of a discipline. Okay? And that's where we want to go. We want to be aware of this energy and then raise our relationship and our use of that energy to a place where it becomes a discipline, a way of life. Background is in medical sociology. Been teaching and training in the martial arts for over 50 years. And so I'm always looking at martial arts from the standpoint of being a social phenomenon. There's some martial art in every culture. It's also a metaphysical thing because it deals with elements of and manifestations of the unseen. And it is also a dynamic physical thing in that it is a mechanism for self-defense. And so I'm always looking at at the martial arts from all these different angles. And so some of the things that I will share with you in our series of lessons are going to come from these different perspectives. We're going to look at stuff, and it's always to give you the information that you need to find your center in whatever it is that you're doing, to empower you. That's my goal, and I hope that I achieve that goal each and every time that I come before the camera and create a lesson for you. So with that being said, the next tape that we do will be on Jin Kong form. Again, taking the breathing and tying it to the manifestation, the expression, the experience of Qi. I think we're good. I hope you're having a great day. You see me sweating? It is going to be 112 degrees here in Phoenix, Arizona today. So yes, I'm sweating. Running all down my glasses. Hey, peace and love. Peace be with you, and namaste.